AITAH for telling my ex's wife that her kids aren't my problem? My 40F ex Paul 43 meters and I were together for 10 years, but have been divorced for 5. We have 3 kids 7 meters, 9F, and 12 meters. The reason we divorced is typical. I realized one day that not only was I working FT, I was doing all of the cooking, cleaning, household and kid management while he just worked and sometimes did yard work. I communicated this, he said he'd work on it, never did, wouldn't do therapy, so I divorced him because I'd rather have 3 kids than 4. He didn't fight me on custody and had them owe and paid a lot in child support. A few months after we split, he announced he was engaged to and expecting a baby with Tanya 27F. Yes, I got STD tests just in case BTW. Tanya was an exotic dancer and currently doesn't work. They had another kid and she has a kid that's like 8. My kids do not like being at their father's house. I only speak positively about him to them, but they dislike Tanya and her son. I plan on staying single, but a year after the divorce my old friend Bruce moved back to our city and we reconnected as friends. It evolved and we're now married. He loves my kids and they adore him. Our house is quite happy. After they had their second kid, they sued me for 50-50 custody. I knew it was only so that they could pay less child support, not because Paul suddenly wanted to be a good dad, and I had evidence against them for a few things. He lost custody and now has unsupervised visitation. His child support went up. A few months later I got a huge promotion and now make quite a bit more than him, but unless he goes back to court they won't change the amount he owes. It's not my responsibility to do that, plus in our state you can only ask for a recalculation every 2 years so they can't for another year anyways. Tanya has been trying to talk to me for months and finally cornered me at my oldest son's game. She said that they're struggling and she knows we don't need the child support, and asked me to please consider her kids. I simply told her that their child support wasn't for me, it was for the kids from their father, and her kids were not my problem. I know, mean, but she wouldn't leave me alone. But now I'm wondering if I should have kept ignoring her because I've always tried to at least be civil towards them for my kids' sake. Edit, I am not asking if I'm tall for getting child support. Even if I am I don't care, I'm asking if I was TA for telling her her kids weren't my responsibility. If they are struggling financially she's more than welcome to get a job.